The journey has been phenomenal. I think it's quite an accelerated progress, I could say. Hard to put together in words, and I'm very grateful to be part of the tribe and to have access to the teachings and also learn together with the tribe, share insights, also learn from others' insights. Reason was that the truth is that my body was so broken down last year. I had chronic back pain. I couldn't deal myself. I got several treatments done, and none of it worked really. It was affecting the way I function in my daily life. Care. There was a lot of care. Simple. That's one word I could say. It was held this way. And there was empathy, there was care. And after, you could say, 3-4 months of training, I noticed that I'm like a rolling ball of energy. I could happily, my feet feel lighter. When I'm walking, it feels like gliding. That's the feeling I have. And now crossing the road, simple thing as crossing the road. It's like a breeze. I just go like that. And then no panting, no elevated heart rate. Very basic things, right? And that gives me a lot of confidence.
Welcome to today's conversation. We have Gayathry Dasika with us from Healing Warrior Tribe. This podcast shares a beautiful journey of a wonderful student who starts her practice in a very small way and all the struggles that she faces. And slowly within herself, she gains the knowledge and she finds clarity. Because without the moving body, the mind doesn't find its clarity. That's what we do, the core of Healing Warrior Tribe. And Gayatri has been doing it for a while, so she's here to share her own journey and her reflection. Gayatri, welcome to the conversation. Do introduce yourself and tell us a little bit more about Healing Warrior Tribe.
Thank you, Prema. Thank you for the kind words. My name is Gayathri, and I'm a student in the Healing Warrior Tribe. I've been practicing the Sharira Sadana program and also the mental clarity for the last 1 year. And the journey has been phenomenal. I think it's quite an accelerated progress, I could say. It's hard to put together in words, and I'm very grateful to be part of the tribe and to have access to the teachings and also learn together with the tribe, share insights, learn from others' insights. It's very rewarding journey. That's what I can say in short. New things keep on coming up. We travel together, as being part of the tribe. It's hard to really describe in very short sentences.
Gayatri, tell us about your journey. Why did you choose this tribe?
To be honest, I didn't have a choice. The reason was that the truth is that my body was so broken down last year. I had chronic back pain that I couldn't deal myself. I got several treatments done, and none of it worked really. I mean, it was affecting the way I function in my daily life. So when I wake up in the morning, I would have this super back pain. It's very hard to navigate throughout the day, and I would have that for a period of time for 2-3 hours, and then again next day morning it starts like a wake up call. In such scenario, I was searching for answers on how can I heal this body. My body was also going through a lot of stress. I had severe obesity, overweight on a different chart, and wanted to make all these changes, find ways to get things right with my own body and also have some confidence. With that, I was searching for answers, and then Gurukulam happened, and then within Gurukulam also I was looking who could help me with this situation. Then I was guided to the Healing Warrior Tribe. Then after joining, initially I could not do the exercises. It took me maybe 15 days to recover. After 15 days, somehow it was as if I never had a back pain. The back pain I suffered for 3 months. It was very painful. Daily exercise in the morning, daily thing in the morning. And with the practices, the yoga and the activation and the proper channeling of the vayus in the body. I don't know how they work, but they worked. And I felt a lot better. And then there's greater energy, confidence. All that started happening even within few weeks. So I was amazed at the kind of outcomes they were. What can I say? I'm very grateful for that.
When you started and you say it was a struggle, how did the tribe help you?
Care. There was a lot of care. Simple. That's one word I could say. It was held this way. And there was empathy, there was care. There was someone who was listening and understanding what I was going through, and then sharing ideas on how I could improve. So the oil massages. I'm located in a cold country, so if I get some kind of a pain, it will increase even more. You know, since you also live in a cold country, so because of the climate, we would have more intense pain than any person living in a tropical country. So in such scenarios, oil massages are recommended, and then any idea that I was shared with, I took it seriously, implemented it immediately. So to fix the back, I was recommended to sleep on a hard surface, so the floor, of course. So I started sleeping on the floor, and yeah, I was asked not to use a chair for some time and get a gym ball and then sit on it. Did it anything that comes my way to fix this would go ahead and straight away do it. So that was my way of dealing with my problem.
There's one thing that we want to heal and we have the energy and we're eager, but there's also the capability of taking action.
Bibitsa.
Only way, yeah, Bibitsa, for your situation, you're completely distrusted. You use the right emotion, spiritual emotion to evoke the Raudra in you. Yes.
Raudra, Bibitsa, all towards solving the problem.
It was really beautiful. How did this physical movement, the physical healing movement, how did that help you to move forward on your day-to-day life?
I had a traffic light near my office place. So I need to cross a road every day. I just give you an example of my fitness journey through this. So I need to cross this traffic light within 10 seconds, and it's maybe 10 meters away. I don't know exactly, but it's quite far. So within that 10 seconds window, I need to cross that. And earlier, when I would cross it, I would pant and I would have pain in my legs because I was trying to force myself to do something, and my body was not in a proper shape. So when I was walking, there is a green light and I need to cross within that window before it turns red. And I would pant by the time I cross the road. And after, you could say, 3-4 months of training, I noticed that I'm like a rolling ball of energy. My feet feel lighter. When I'm walking, it feels like gliding. That's the feeling I have. And now crossing the road, simple thing as crossing the road. It's like a breeze. I just go like that. And then no panting, no elevated heart rate, such very basic things, right? And that gives me a lot of confidence. Okay, I can trust my own body. Now I'm much more comfortable. These are some things which people may relate to, but if you tell to someone, it may look very small for a person who is fit. But the one who is not fit and going through it, they would understand what I'm trying to say.
We are talking to such people. And we are talking to people who can empathize. So I'm pretty sure they understand what you're going through. Even though it's small, I can feel when you speak about it that it's the greatest achievement that you have achieved within 3-4 months. And that 3-4 months didn't feel like a long time for you because you saw a result coming through for actions that you were taking. So tell us what one or two things that actually strike within this 3-4 months that made you to be super consistent with what you were doing.
The 3-4 months was last year. It started showing up, but the results started showing up, and then the way I look started changing. So the person in the mirror is definitely there is an improvement, and small milestones like these, they were motivating. Then it's joy to swing the karlakatte. There is nothing that substitutes that joy of swinging and then also holding your karlakatte and doing the sadhana, right? So I used to have this fantasy about swinging swords, and then when I asked the teacher about karlakatte, used to be that kind of a training art for warriors who used to fight, but then they need recovery. After fighting, they would get injured, and then they need a something to substitute their sword. It is an analogous thing to sword. That was motivating as well. Why would I leave my Karlakatta side. So that was very nice to do. And also, I can't say it's not an extrinsic motivation, it's very intrinsic. It became intrinsic, although it started with this reason of pain, fixing the obesity problem. It started like that. But over a period of time, it is more that connection with the Karlakatta and then also connection with sadhana, the peace that you receive after you finish your sadhana, after you finish your shavasana. Happy. It feels good.
Yeah, it feels like a wholesome series of healing and
Yeah.
becoming something else together.
Being, more of a being.
Yeah, it is much of being in the world of becoming, in the woman's world of becoming one to another from the day we were born. From the day you're born, you're someone's daughter, you're someone's neighbor, you're someone's sister. We are always being labeled of something, and we always believe that we're going to become something else, but we never realize who we are being. And I feel my experience with the Healing Warrior tribe was that moment, that present moment, who we are, the moment we hold Karlakata, the moment we start with our Maypadam and progress to Karlakata. That was that sense of presence, like you say, that whole journey of transformation of starting with the warrior kind of feeling and then bringing in the peace while lying down. That's why it's called Healing Warrior Tribe. It truly is the truth. Going back to ourselves as women, we always feel there is some physical attribute that always make us feel like we have to be like that person who's so beautiful. We tend to attach ourselves to to a physical attribute out there,
Hmm.
especially when we see another woman.
Yeah.
And you had a condition, you had an obesity that you want to overcome. But I didn't feel like you were looking at someone else out there. You wanted to do it for yourself. That's what I heard so far. I would like to know what exactly made you to do this without even having someone else to look upon and say, "Oh, I want to be like that."
I've tried extrinsic motivators, like the what you're describing as someone else, a woman in the magazine, or this kind of role models. Nothing worked for me. It didn't inspire me enough. There could have been a spark here and there when you see someone like, for example, Adele, my favorite singer. When she sings, she has a fantastic voice, but she also lost weight. So all these are great role models over there. But that inspires maybe just for a spark, just a little bit. What was missing was the fire within, that kindling of the fire within. That was missing. With the sadhana, started understanding that I need to prioritize myself first. And this is easy to say in words, but when you feel it in the viscerally, like in your skin, that's when I think the transformation started happening for me. No matter what, I would just swing it. I would have fun. I will not leave this practice. My own practice, right? When that started happening, it's a journey. I would not say I'm an expert here. I'm still learning. But this is very motivating to have that fire within, unshakable feeling, that stability, centering, all that. That's a very valuable thing personally for me, because otherwise, how much can I run and how much can I chase? How many people will I have motivate us? Anyone can inspire us now with the social media. So much of motivation is out there. We are not saying anything new here. But what about that inner fire? Who kindles that inner fire? So who kindles it? Question. It's a question.
It's
Who
a
kindles the
question.
inner fire?
Yes. I
Yeah.
hope everyone who's watching till now knows the answer by now. If you don't know, ask us. If you know, drop it in the comments.
5 minute
But
challenge.
well, to know who kindles the fire, listen to Adele's song and reach out to Gayatri.
Yeah, yeah. Rolling in the deep.
Yeah, yes, that is the truth. Without the inner fire within you, no matter who comes and stand in front of you, even the goddess come and stand in front of you and say, "Look at me and be like me," You might not. It will not work. And there's another component of being in this visceral discipline that you have. I have tried things alone, to do it alone. And I feel when I came into a tribe, the whole tribe energy, the reports, the sharing, the reflection, that got me going to say I need to show up for myself every day because people are doing it for themselves every day.
Yes.
Why wouldn't I? If they can, and they're showing that that lesson is coming from the person who have done it every day, no matter what's the situation, I should be able to do it too. And it's for myself, and it's also for the tribe collective energy. What's your thought about that?
Absolutely, 100%. It's so valuable to have that accountability when you see someone going through the same video, same lesson as you, and then they are sharing their reflections. You definitely want also to be part of that story, and then also do your sadhana. So it's a very positive, what you could say, flywheel, positive feeling or a positive reinforcement. This is motivating, and it has been that way since I joined the Healing Warrior Tribe too. Back then, also people would report every day, and now also they do. So every day we have a sadhana, and we report, no matter what the time. It doesn't matter. We have to report. We complete our sadhana, and then we report. It happens everywhere in all the groups that we have under the community. So it's more important that consistency, the daily commitment to yourself. That's nice to have. And if you have questions, you can always ask other team members in the same group. They share their insights, they share their learnings. Questions are clarified. So we move together, we learn together, we travel together. So it's a good thing to have. A lot of care also there. We're not alone there.
Let's shift into how this physical healing goes into the mental clarity. What is mental clarity?
What is mental clarity? It's a great question. Every decision that we take, every decision, every step, every action that we take, there is a thought process that goes behind it. There is an influence that's behind it. Who is influencing us? What are the influences? People who are around you can influence you. The place where you are, if it is a nice forest area, then you get that certain kind of thoughts. But if it's an urban area where there's a lot of noise, there is a certain feelings that you go through. All this is awareness. So you're more aware. When you have a lot of awareness, you'll have clarity. And when you engage that clarity in the mind, it is mental clarity. So awareness and clarity is what I would say. And then we are learning techniques to understand more about our mind, understand what influences us, and also how can we resolve it. Daily behaviors. How can we look at the world in a certain way, see things more clearly with some extra energy practices as well. Sometimes there are kriyas, sometimes there are assignments, journals, reflections, and so much over there. But all that would require some level of preparation in the body as well. So Sharira Sadana precedes mental clarity. So we need to first prepare the body, heal immediate ailments in the body, so that we are willing to receive what the mind needs to receive. Otherwise, it will always be about, oh, I need to fix my pain in the hand, or something like that. We will not be distracted. Then comes the mental clarity. Using mental clarity, we can play with the world.
I thought about it in that way before.
We can have a lot of fun with the world. We can have a good time in the world.
With mental clarity, the awareness and the clarity. And when we don't heal physically, we don't have clarity to receive more knowledge. Hence, the presiding of Sarita Sadhana, then mental clarity. Why doing the physical activity first helps the mental clarity?
Based on what I learned, physical practices prepare the mind, and they would be like a nice foundation for the mind. So without the physical practices, it would have a shaky foundation, and then anything that we receive in the mental clarity, or when we learn new things, they just fly by. It doesn't stick. That's what I could say about that. I'm still learning.
Tell us your experience after learning mental clarity to say, how do you see the world? You say we can play with the world once we learn mental clarity, sir. What is the play?
I'm still a beginner here. I'm still a novice at this. Ability to concentrate would be one thing. I could concentrate, balance priorities, balance time, delivery. At work, I'm much more effective. With less effort, I could do more work. Those are some practical things. Then also, if someone is speaking to you in a certain way, earlier you would immediately take offense, or that kind of behavior I would have. But now I could step back and then see that, okay, exactly is at play here.
That's rooting, very stabilizing to hear.
Yeah, it's not about you, right? It's not about you, and you're not the center of the universe here. So
I'm
that's a very
not.
humbling. Exactly.
Hey, what do you mean? That's not true.
Yeah. So it's
How did you realize this?
it's a very humbling thing.
So when you realized the world didn't revolve around you, what happened? What
Peace.
was the first thing?
I had peace. It's not about me. It's not about me. And the reason why people come together is to have. There is a reason why people are together now. The reason why we are doing the podcast. There is also always that greater purpose, greater reason. With mental clarity, at least you'll get rid of all the drama. I mean, you can see through the drama and then see that, okay, this is what is meant. This is the reason. This is how it is. That kind of indicators start coming.
But does it happen immediately that you can separate yourself from the situation, or did it take like a longer time for you?
It happened gradually. It happens gradually. It's not like, oh, some kind of a flashlight happens here. It's not like that.
Not like
It's
movies.
no, nothing like movie. No, it's just what's happening here. It's like that.
So how does it make you feel when you were able to separate and you became a different person, right? Who was that person before and after?
There is no before and after. The same
You were not becoming into a different person. So who were you? Who are you?
human being. You've been born as a human being. You're growing as a human being. So it's a human being is what I would just say.
Finally, you realized that you're a
I'm
human
already a
being.
human being.
You are already a human being, and all you need to do is be human.
A human being is what I could say. There's nothing to add to that. You put it perfectly. You completed it.
Fantastic. So when you did your Sharira Sadana and then you did mental clarity, you learned both. What was the synergy? What was the connection? You feel like the aha moment that you have never had before.
I did Sharira Sadhana maybe for a month or two first. And then there was a mental clarity course that opened up. So when I started doing the mental clarity course, I think the first week was mind blowing. That itself was something else. You know what happened with it. So much of ancestral influences. You see what is influencing you, and then how it is connecting, how the patterns are. It's like templates are coming up. Blueprints and templates are that you are given by your ancestors. They're becoming your reality. So you're repeating the same things that your great grandfather, or somebody, you look similar to them, or you look similar to your father. Same patterns repeating. So I'm able to see, write them, journal down, and then understand. Okay, this is not my pattern. This is not what I want to do. It's a choice, right? So when you have awareness, you have a choice. So that's the choice. That itself was a very empowering. I really value that, the awareness that I got a chance to have through the course and then the techniques, that I'm very grateful for. That was there, and then I often had this tendency to absorb people's emotions unconsciously. I didn't know how to solve. There were techniques for that too. How do you draw boundaries? How do you protect your own space? What does it mean to protect your space? Nothing at all wishy-washy. It's just very practical things that you could practice. And not it's not just me. So several tribe members also going through the same thing, and then They share their experiences as well, and it works for them. It's not one person's hero's journey or anything. It's the whole tribe's journey happening here.
That's a beautiful thing about being in a tribe or being in a group of people who are putting their collective energy to heal themselves and also each other. Because every single report or every single statement that comes into the group make you realize there is something else that you are learning together. And that kind of collective energy is definitely, I have zero words how to describe that synergy that comes through us together. I feel like there's a lot more that we can talk about, but perhaps this will be like a good ending for us for this podcast. So if you have more to add to conclude your experience so far, I'm happy to listen.
Healing is not difficult. It's not a very difficult journey, provided we show up. We show up for ourselves. We stand for ourselves. Learn how to hold our own mind and our own being. All these things can be learned, and it's possible to heal yourself, heal your own family, and also heal people around you. All that is possible, and it happens very organically and naturally when you're part of a tribe like this. So we are not just healing ourselves; we are also healing our friends, our family, and the tribe. And it's happening so organically that we won't even realize it's happening. And it's so nice to have that kind of ability to just be, right? Or instead of carrying a huge label and then there's so much label on the back, and oh, I have to be somebody, I have to become somebody. It's very, very difficult, heavy label. You can just be yourself, and then everything happens naturally. The world organizes nicely around you because you are very clear with your the way you're handling your life. The people who come in touch with you, they are also very happy, and you see the smile on their face that brings smile to your face. All the good stuff. These are all possible, and I'm a lot more. I mean, I'm only scratching the surface here, but so much is possible. And the easiest way to test if this works for you is to join the 5 minute challenge. 5 minute challenge is open for all. So these lessons, they are open for all. You're also doing it, although you're part of Sharira Sadana. Everyone does it. It's
Everyone does.
just so much fun.
Yes, yes. If you can show up for yourself for 5 minutes, you can show up
Yeah,
yourself for five
just five
hours,
minutes.
5 days, and the rest of your life. It kind of alters your mind when you show up for yourself and you're not alone. That is a beautiful conclusion, Gayatri. It's a tremendous journey to realize who we are organically in a tribe and not alone. And to be able to share our journey, not just achievement, but also what we couldn't do that day, and having people to uplift us and be with us towards reaching something much better than what we signed up for. I think that's a beautiful healing energy that we have received so far being part of a healing warrior tribe. Not only just doing the sadhanas that we do, but the collective energy of human being wishing well for each other. That is a journey that you have spoken about, and I feel it too. And it's been a beautiful and lustrous journey for me so far being part of the team. So that concludes us. Thank you so much for your time, Gayatri. We'll meet again and speak much more.
Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much, Prema.